That's why he's not here on his behalf. The President, executives and board members of the Ghana Insurers Association, the President and executives of the Ghana Insurance Brokers Association, executives of insurance and broking companies, the press, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to represent the National Insurance Commission at the launch of the GIA Drive Time on Insurance. It is a very strategic step, and the NIC congratulates the Ghana Insurance Association for this step. The National Insurance Commission aims at growing the industry. There's a word that has been used this morning. I refuse to use it for security reasons. The Commission aims at growing the industry. The industry is too small by all standards, and so there are efforts. In fact, the meeting going on now is part of between the Commissioner and the rest of the people I talked about. It's part of the moves to grow it. And I'm happy to know that this is also part of the effort, education. Indeed, if you look at what the NIC intends to do over the next 3-4 years to grow the industry, education is a major part of it. And there are two sides, both on the supply side and on the demand side. So we set up what we call the Insurance Education Fund, and it's doing a lot of things. So you see, we are undertaking a lot of training, that's capacity building for you, those of you on the supply side, the training of the agents that Madam President talked about. And then on the demand side, the public education, which we are also working very hard on, of course, in collaboration with you, the IACG, which is doing a very wonderful job for us. I see that another small committee has been set up to review a few things, to probably review and revamp the operations of the IACG, and I do hope that those efforts bear the expected dividend. Ladies and gentlemen, until the insuring public gets a good understanding of the business of insurance, it will be very difficult for them to develop a positive perception of insurance. If they don't understand how insurance is supposed to work, then when it is not in their favor, even though it might be fair, just because it is not in their favor, they develop a negative attitude. So it is important that we do this and do the targeting and the content and the everything, and make sure that it sinks down. We get the people to understand what insurance is and what it is not, what it offers and what it does not offer. Then they will understand when we make sound judgment and decisions. We take a lot of things for granted, things that we expect everybody to know, but to surprise you, that many people don't know why, don't know that those things are what they should be. For example, over 90% of the public think that without a lawyer you cannot file for a claim. So once they have a claim, they are looking for a lawyer. Sometimes they don't have money, so they are waiting to find money, and then the claim becomes statute barred and they get frustrated. But that is their perception. They think that without a lawyer they cannot file a claim. We need to get them to understand it is not necessary. And if they come without a lawyer, let us attend to them. Sometimes we force them to go for lawyers because they think that without a lawyer we will not pay attention to them. People just don't understand that once the ownership of a vehicle changes, the insurance on the vehicle terminates. They don't understand. We tell an insurance will under that. They don't understand why the insurance should terminate just because he has bought the vehicle. And we don't have to take these for granted. If they don't understand, it will happen. And then we will repudiate that claim. And then they will say we are bad people. And that is why they must understand why it is so. They must understand that insurance is a contract. It's a legal contract between the insurance company and a specific person. And once that person no longer owns the property, that contract doesn't exist. They must understand why it is so that when you apply it, they don't think that you are just doing them in. You are just taking advantage of them. Many people don't know that if an unlicensed driver drives their vehicle and there's an accident, the insurance company will not pay. They just don't understand. Many people don't know that there is an animal called the National Insurance Commission, and if you are frustrated, you can come there and make your complaint and somebody will listen to you. If they do, a lot of people will have a lot more confidence because they know that there is somebody who will listen to me and talk my matter for me. If they don't, then of course they will think that this is a tax. Many people see motor insurance as a tax. Because they think that as a tax. They think it's just a tax they need to pay because there is no benefit out there for it. And we need to work hard and change all these. Many people think that all life products have maturity or surrender values. Yes, this is true. Many people think so. So once it's a life product, it is only the non-life product they think that when you stop, you have stopped. For the life, once it's a life product, they think that it must have a maturity or a surrender value. And so I'm sure a lot of your customers have come cancelling their policy and expecting to have their... I had one who would just not... So I had to do something to at least give this person something just so she will let go. But these are things that we probably are taking for granted. But these people need to know that they need to know how insurance works so that we will be a lot more principled in their eyes when we make the decisions. Then there are things that, thank you for this program, there are things we must plan to talk about as we embark on this. So recently the NIC, of course, with your cooperation and your support, published the new limit on the motor injury awards, compensation. We need to do a lot of education on that, a lot. There's some group that calls themselves the Financial Services Consumer something that came to us and wanted to take us on and well, we agreed after our meeting with them that yes, we need to do a lot of education. Okay, it shouldn't just stop within the industry because the impact is out there and people must understand why this is even in their interest in the long run. So we need to plan and factor that into the issues that we want to educate about. We have some compulsory insurances we have been talking about. We have annuities we've been talking about. We need to factor these things into the plans and that of the IACG and indeed all the education programs so that, as you can see, these are all bits and pieces of the puzzle that is going to, once it is formed, is going to show a bigger insurance industry. And so we need to take all these quite serious. Over and above all these, after doing all these things, I am happy I don't know the name to call it, that claims payment is our business. That is indeed our business. That's what we are selling. We are selling claims. Okay, when the policyholders give us their premiums, they are paying for a claim. It's like when you go to the shop and you want to buy a shirt. You pay for the shirt. You pay the money, they give you a shirt. What they are buying is a claim. And so we have to go about it collectively. Madam President, I say collectively because a lot of you are doing a very good job. But a few of you are spoiling all the good job that the majority of you are doing. When 2-3 companies refuse to pay claims and frustrate claimants, they say the insurance people. That means all of you. So this must be collective. You must all come together and decide that this is the way we will do it, so that just the few who don't do it that way don't spoil all the good things that you are doing. It is important that you decide that this is what we will all do. I don't know whether there will be any mechanism for you as GIA to even do some monitoring at that level to make sure that somebody is not putting sand in your garage. On that note, I would like to congratulate the GIA